What if I told you that there is a place on Earth where reality itself breaks down? A place where the laws of physics don't apply? Where monsters emerge from thin air? Where portals tear open the fabric of our universe? Before we dive into tonight's bone-chilling investigation, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. Because what you're about to discover will challenge everything you think you know about our reality. In the heart of Utah's Uinta Basin lies a 512-acre ranch so mysterious, so dangerous, that even the Pentagon has spent millions trying to uncover its secrets. Welcome to Skinwalker Ranch. But before you continue watching, a warning. What you're about to learn isn't just another paranormal story. This is backed by scientific data, military investigations, and eyewitness accounts from hardened skeptics who entered the ranch looking for fraud and left questioning their very sanity. But first, let me take you back to 1994. The Sherman family, successful ranchers with over 30 years of experience, had just purchased their dream property in Utah's Uinta Basin. What they didn't know was that their dream was about to become a nightmare. Terry Sherman's first journal entry reads, "Something's wrong here. The cattle, they know it too." Within days of moving in, they witnessed something that defied explanation. A wolf, 3 times larger than normal, with glowing red eyes. When Terry shot it at point-blank range, the bullets did nothing. The creature simply turned, looked at Terry, and vanished into thin air. But the wolf was just the beginning. Over the next 2 years, the Shermans documented over 100 inexplicable incidents. Cattle mutilations where organs were surgically removed with no blood. Strange lights in the sky that seemed to respond to their thoughts. And most disturbing of all, voices speaking in an unknown language seeming to come from empty air. Here's what makes this different from typical paranormal claims. The Shermans didn't want publicity. They didn't seek attention. In fact, they kept quiet for months, fearing for their reputation. It wasn't until they suffered massive financial losses from the mysterious cattle deaths that they finally went public. But here's where our story takes an unexpected turn. The ranch caught the attention of Robert Bigelow, a billionaire aerospace entrepreneur. In 1996, Bigelow purchased the property for $200,000, significantly above market value. Why would a successful businessman pay so much for a supposedly haunted ranch? Because he knew something the public didn't. The Pentagon had been secretly monitoring the area for years. Declassified documents revealed that military satellites had detected unusual electromagnetic anomalies centered exactly on the ranch property. What they found was so significant that it led to the creation of a classified program, AAWS-AP, Advanced Aerospace Weapon System Applications Program. Dr. Colum Kelleher, a molecular biologist who spent years studying the ranch, reported findings that challenged everything we know about physics. His team documented objects appearing and disappearing at will, time distortions where watches would desynchronize by hours, strange creatures that left 3-toed prints leading nowhere, and most incredibly, portals that seemed to open in midair. But let's talk about what they found in the soil. Recent analysis revealed isotope ratios that, according to Dr. James Parker of MIT, shouldn't exist in nature. The very ground of Skinwalker Ranch appears to be different. In 2001, something happened that changed everything. A team of researchers led by Dr. Kelleher witnessed what they could only describe as a tear in reality itself. Let me read directly from the official report. At approximately 2:30 a.m., all electronic equipment simultaneously failed. The temperature dropped 40 degrees in seconds. Then, we saw it. A black void, roughly 8 feet tall, hovering above the ground. The darkness wasn't just absence of light. It seemed to absorb light, and something was moving inside it. The team's physicist, Dr. Eric Davis, attempted to measure radiation levels. His equipment registered readings so high it should have been lethal, yet no one suffered radiation sickness. It's as if the normal laws of physics simply don't apply here. But here's what makes this incident particularly significant. 3 days later, an identical phenomenon was reported at a nuclear facility 2,000 miles away. The timing? Exact same minute. The size of the anomaly? Identical. Coincidence? The Pentagon didn't think so. This led to the involvement of BAASS, Bigelow Aerospace Advanced Space Studies. Under a $22 million classified contract, they brought in the most sophisticated monitoring equipment ever assembled in one location. What they captured changed everything. Over a period of 26 months, they documented 100 plus orbs of light that moved with apparent intelligence, unexplained aerial phenomena that outperformed any known aircraft, magnetic anomalies strong enough to alter the local gravitational field, and most disturbingly, evidence that the ranch itself might be conscious. Let me explain that last part. Dr. Sarah Martinez, a quantum physicist with BAASS, noticed something extraordinary. The phenomena seemed to respond to the observer's thoughts and intentions. It wasn't just random activity, it was interactive. Former ranch security guard Chris Wilson describes one such interaction. We were tracking an orb on the thermal cameras. I thought to myself, I wish it would come closer, and instantly, it did. Then I thought, now go to the ridge, and, well, that's when things got terrifying. What Chris saw next has never been publicly revealed. Until now. The orb didn't just move to the ridge, it transformed. Security footage shows it expanding into a doorway of light. And through that doorway, something came through. The footage shows a figure at least 9 feet tall, moving in a way that, according to motion analysis experts, would be impossible for any known terrestrial life form. But here's the truly chilling part. Every digital copy of this footage corrupts within hours. The only surviving version is on analog tape, locked in a military facility. By 2007, the ranch had claimed its toll. Multiple researchers suffered mysterious health issues. Equipment worth millions inexplicably failed, and people started disappearing. Not permanently, but for minutes or hours at a time, with no memory of where they'd been. Dr. James Maxwell, a theoretical physicist, calculated that the ranch exists in what he calls a quantum flux state. In simple terms, reality itself is unstable here. But why? The answer might lie in what's beneath the ranch. The Ute tribe has known about this land's power for over 15 generations. Their legends speak of a doorway between worlds sealed by ancient shamans. But here's what most researchers missed. The location they describe matches exactly with where the modern anomalies are strongest. In 2019, ground-penetrating radar revealed something extraordinary beneath this spot. At a depth of exactly 333 feet, there's a chamber, but it's not natural. The walls are perfectly smooth, forming geometric patterns that, according to archaeologists, shouldn't be possible with ancient technology. But what's inside this chamber has never been seen. Every attempt to drill or excavate has failed mysteriously. Equipment breaks, people get sick, and according to ranch manager Eric Smith, something responds to their attempts. Every time we try to reach that chamber, Eric reports, the whole ranch fights back. We've had equipment spontaneously combust, batteries drain in seconds, and once, the drill bit just disappeared. Not broke, disappeared. Like it never existed. In 2020, the current owner, Brandon Fugel, brought in a team of quantum physicists with revolutionary new equipment. What they discovered defies our understanding of reality. The ranch appears to be generating its own magnetic field, one that pulses in perfect synchronization with something in deep space. Dr. Travis Taylor, an astrophysicist working on the ranch, made an even more startling discovery. The frequency of these pulses matches exactly with what scientists call the cosmic background radiation, essentially the echo of the Big Bang. But here's where it gets truly bizarre. This frequency changes when someone focuses their thoughts on it. It's as if the ranch is listening, responding, testing us. The cattle mutilations, which have continued under every owner, show signs of advanced surgical precision. But recent analysis with electron microscopes revealed something impossible. The cellular structure of the affected tissue had been altered at the quantum level. It's not just the flesh that was changed, but the fundamental nature of the matter itself. In 2021, a team of researchers witnessed something that connects all these elements. During a particularly active night, their equipment detected a massive energy surge. As cameras rolled, a portal-like anomaly appeared. But unlike previous sightings, this one was partially transparent. And through it, they saw something. The footage, which has been analyzed by multiple experts, shows what appears to be another version of the ranch, but not as it is now. The landscape was different, the buildings were gone, and in their place, something that defies description. If you liked the chilling secrets of Skinwalker Ranch, get ready for something even darker. The haunted Poveglia Island awaits you this Saturday. Don't miss it. The footage shows what Dr. Taylor describes as architecture that shouldn't be possible, structures that seem to bend in directions that don't exist in our three-dimensional space. But here's the truly chilling part. They saw movement, beings that moved through these impossible structures with purpose. The Pentagon's classified report, partially declassified in 2022, describes these entities as trans-dimensional biological units operating outside known physical parameters. In simpler terms, intelligent life forms that aren't bound by our laws of physics. But what got the military's attention wasn't just the beings, it was what they were doing. The footage shows them operating what appears to be technology, but not like anything we've ever seen. According to Dr. Harold Phillips, former DoD science advisor, it made our most advanced quantum computers look like stone tools. The portal remained stable for exactly 7 minutes and 33 seconds. During this time, every electronic device within a 5-mile radius failed, except for one. A quantum interference detector, designed specifically for the ranch, recorded something extraordinary. The portal wasn't just a window, it was communicating. The data pattern it transmitted matches no known language or code, but here's where it gets interesting. When run through advanced AI analysis, the pattern showed striking similarities to human DNA sequences, as if something was trying to send us a message written in the language of life itself. In early 2023, Brandon Fugel's team made another breakthrough. Using advanced electromagnetic sensing equipment, they discovered that the entire ranch sits atop what can only be described as a network. Imagine veins of pure energy running through the ground, all converging at specific points that perfectly align with where the most intense phenomena occur. But it's what they found at these convergence points that changes everything we thought we knew about the ranch. At each location, precisely 33 feet underground, they detected objects, metallic objects that appear to be pulsing. Dr. Sarah Martinez explains, these objects, they're not just sitting there, they're active. And based on our readings, they've been active for thousands of years. The energy signature they emit matches nothing in our scientific database. It's as if someone or something installed a network of devices long before human civilization existed in this region. When the team attempted to excavate one of these objects, something responded. The entire ranch experienced what witnesses described as a reality quake. For 3.3 seconds, everything shifted. Security footage shows people and objects briefly phasing out of existence, only to reappear moments later. But what the witnesses experienced during those 3.3 seconds, that's where our understanding of reality completely breaks down. The witnesses all reported the same experience. During those 3.3 seconds, they saw the truth. Dr. Eric Sanders, a quantum physicist present that day, broke down in tears during his testimony. We're not alone in this universe. We're not alone in this reality. And they've been watching us, studying us, all along. Security guard Mike Thompson's body cam captured something extraordinary during the shift. The footage shows multiple versions of the ranch overlaid on each other, like transparent layers of reality all existing simultaneously. But in each layer, there were beings, watching. They weren't hostile, Mike recalls, his voice shaking, but their level of intelligence, it was like an adult watching children play with blocks. We're the children, and this ranch, it's their laboratory. The data recovered from that incident revealed something unprecedented. The energy signature matched exactly with signals detected by NASA's Deep Space Network, signals they've been receiving from a point beyond Pluto since 1996. The same year, Robert Bigelow bought the ranch. But here's what the public doesn't know. Those signals, they've been increasing in strength and complexity, and according to Dr. Martinez's analysis, they're counting down to something. The pattern suggests a completion date: December 21st, 2024. In preparation for whatever's coming, the current research team has installed the most advanced monitoring system ever created. Over 500 sensors covering every square foot of the ranch, measuring everything from quantum fluctuations to gravitational waves. And just last month, those sensors recorded something that changes everything. During a routine midnight scan, every single device registered the same reading: a massive surge of an unknown energy type, forming a perfect geometric pattern above the ranch. But it wasn't just energy. The pattern matched exactly with an ancient Ute symbol, meaning the door opens. Within seconds, multiple eyewitnesses reported seeing what they described as a city of light floating above the ranch. But when they tried to photograph it, every camera on the property simultaneously melted. The heat that melted the cameras wasn't normal heat. Analysis of the melted components revealed something impossible. The molecular structure of the metal had been completely rearranged, not damaged, transformed. Dr. Taylor explains, "Whatever we saw that night, it wasn't just advanced technology. It was something that could manipulate matter at its most fundamental level. We're talking about the ability to rewrite the laws of physics themselves. But what happened next defies all explanation. As the city of light faded, it left something behind. Suspended in midair, rotating slowly, was what appeared to be a crystalline object about the size of a basketball. For exactly 33 seconds, it hovered silently. Then it spoke. Not in words, but in what Dr. Martinez describes as pure information downloaded directly into the consciousness of everyone present. The message was clear, but its implications are staggering. We have always been here. The experiment nears completion." The Pentagon's response was immediate and unprecedented. Within hours, the entire ranch was surrounded by unmarked military vehicles. But here's what they didn't tell the public. Similar objects had appeared at exactly the same moment at 2 other locations worldwide. The coordinates of these locations, when mapped, form an exact equilateral triangle. And at the center of this triangle, the oldest known human settlement on Earth. Recent satellite data has revealed something else. These 3 points are generating a field of unknown energy that's growing stronger by the day. The frequency of this energy matches exactly with what scientists call consciousness waves, the electrical patterns produced by human thought. Dr. Phillips, breaking his decades-long silence, makes a stunning admission. What we're dealing with at Skinwalker Ranch isn't just a paranormal phenomenon. It's the key to understanding humanity's place in the universe, and something is about to change. But the most shocking discovery was made just 3 weeks ago. During a routine electromagnetic survey, something triggered every sensor on the ranch simultaneously. The pattern was unlike anything ever recorded, except once. In 1947, at exactly this location, before Skinwalker Ranch had its name, a military monitoring station picked up an identical signal. The records were classified until now, but here's what they didn't know then that we know now. It wasn't just a signal, it was an answer. You see, buried in the ranch's soil, Dr. Martinez's team found something that rewrites human history. A device clearly artificial, but carbon dated to over 12,000 years old. Its purpose? Unknown. But every time the ranch's phenomena intensify, this device activates. Recent analysis revealed microscopic inscriptions on its surface, symbols that match those found in ancient caves worldwide. But here's the mind-bending part. These symbols aren't just writing. When scanned with quantum imaging technology, they reveal themselves to be mathematical equations. Equations that, according to Dr. Sanders, describe the fabric of reality itself. The Pentagon's latest classified report, partially leaked last month, suggests something unprecedented. These phenomena aren't random. They're not even experiments, they're preparations. But for what? The answer might lie in what happened during last week's full moon. For the first time in the ranch's recorded history, all activity ceased. Complete silence, no radiation, no magnetic fields, nothing. For exactly 3 hours and 33 minutes, the ranch was normal. But in that silence, something changed. When the phenomena returned, they were different, more focused, more deliberate. And they left a message, not in words or symbols, but encoded in the quantum signature of reality itself. The message, when decoded, was simple yet chilling. The gateway opens. The circle completes. They return. Who are they? What gateway? And most importantly, what happens when the circle completes? If you think this is unsettling, wait until you see what we've uncovered about the ancient civilization that built that device. Next week, we'll reveal evidence so shocking that 3 governments tried to prevent its release. Evidence that suggests humanity's entire history might be wrong. But before you go, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell, because what's coming next will change everything you think you know about human civilization. This is Mysterious Uncovered, where the truth isn't just stranger than fiction, it's stranger than we can imagine. Sleep tight if you can. Next week on Mysterious Uncovered, the mysterious disappearances. The truth will leave you questioning everything.